In a multi-state operation that will remind you of action-packed OTT series, the Telangana's Elite Anti-Narcotics Task Force, which is called EAGLE, sent out about 124 of their personnel in 2 train bogies on the 25th of November to Delhi. They coordinated with about 120 members of Delhi's crime branch and also the Narcotics Control Bureau, and in a very coordinated kind of an operation, they went and they had permission to search about 50 premises, out of which in about 20 premises they were able to crack down on a huge Nigerian network. It was a drug cartel that was supplying more than 2,000 consumers and peddlers across the country. The story actually began in Telangana, in Cyberabad, Hyderabad area, where 2 cases were registered. One was the Malnadu case and another was the Mahindra University case, in both of which the police found that the connection or the orders were being placed with a particular Nigerian individual who was named as Nick, and he was said to be abroad outside the country. The police tried to gather a lot of intelligence over the last few months, and subsequently the team went to Delhi, and 15 days they did surveillance and also 5 days of on foot kind of recce they did in multiple areas, and also 3 days of coordinated kind of operation, and then made an estimate of what kind of personnel would be required, what kind of weaponry, and how many women in the team, because all this had to be taken care of so that they are not caught off guard and they do not suffer any kind of damages or loss during this very dangerous operation. So what happened was that they went and knocked on these premises in multiple places. The door was not open. They even had to break the door open, and they did realize that the time that was spent waiting for the door to be opened, the person inside could always go and either throw away the drug or flush it down. In one particular case, a woman called Pamela, she did not open the door for about half hour, and subsequently she said that she had been bathing and that's the reason she can't. The inspector who was in the team, Ram Nayak, he in fact looked at CCTV footage. Fortunately that house was covered by CCTV, and he found out that inside the fridge there was a huge quantity of drugs, both cocaine as well as meth, and that is something that was seized subsequently. So what the authorities are now saying is that this is a multi-state operation, and how the modus operandi was like this. What the police and the investigators found was that there were a lot of ghettos in Delhi, in places that like Munirka or like Uttam Nagar and other places, where they were kind of ghettos where they were packing the drugs into regular looking consignment, whether it's shoes or footwear, or there could be clothes, there could be garments, shirts. In all of those kind of consignments, they were hiding the drug and then couriering it to different locations across the country. 2,000 such addresses or individuals have been identified who could be either consumers or peddlers themselves, to whom through this network the drug was being sent in the form of regular couriers through major courier networks, whether it's Professional Courier Services, Sri Maruti Couriers, Blue Dart, many of the names that we very familiarly come across, all of them were part of this network, and they were being used in order to transport the drugs to the consumers. And then there were mule accounts that were being used. Mule accounts is something that the criminal takes hold of, and paying off the person a small amount, he uses that to channel the money out. And what the police has found is about 59 mule accounts, 107 bank accounts that were frozen. And what was realized is that the money was moving very quickly, crores of money was moving very, very quickly. And what they have found is that, for instance, there were key operatives in Noida, Gwalior as well as Visakhapatnam, where simultaneous raids also took place. Intelligence was gathered, and for instance in Noida, an individual called Badruddin, who has been seen as a key operative, his wife Sama Umar as well. and the authorities have found that he was using as many as 6 to 7 accounts, and about 15 crore rupees had been transacted through those accounts. In Visakhapatnam, for instance, intelligence came saying that 3 key people had flown by air to Visakhapatnam and spent a couple of days there. They had brought drugs for some Andhra students, couple of Andhra students, and they had also entertained an individual for a couple of days there and subsequently moved on to another location. So in Gwalior as well, they arrested a key operative in this entire drug cartel operation. So how they were operating was that merchandise was being brought or ordered through Flipkart, and there were fake names that were given, shell companies that were mentioned, on behalf of which these consignments were ordered, and subsequently inside these materials the drug was passed and it was sent across, couriered to the consumers or to the peddlers themselves. Some of the interesting aspects of this investigation that I must point out is that the police are questioning 3 different things. One, they are saying that deporting these Nigerians is the wise thing to do. About 7 of them already had drug cases and therefore they had to keep them, and even if the drugs were being flushed out, it possibly absolves the police from booking any kind of a case because they are not physically in possession of any drugs, but all of them are people who have overstayed. But the problem that the police and the authorities face is that even though they are deported, they could always make a duplicate passport and come back posing either as students or as some kind of businessmen with no valid businesses, and they are not even seen to be attending their classes as students, and these people are coming back, and therefore that is a loophole of the law that is being pointed out. The second is the banking system, in which the mules are operating and big amounts are being transacted without being detected or without being questioned by the banking authorities. The third one is the professional courier services as well, that the police now wants to focus on, to say that they also would have some responsibility in the kind of materials that they are transporting in this manner. What the police also want to do is that those people against who the cases are there, meaning the Nigerians against who the cases have been registered or they are facing trial, we should obtain movement restriction orders, which are called MROs, from the FRRO, which is a foreign registration office, and put them in detention centers, and that they should attend the criminal cases from the detention centers, or better that the criminal cases should be withdrawn and they should be sent back, so that the trouble, because when they are out again in the open or moving around in the public spaces, they seem to be once again indulging in more criminal activities like drug trafficking itself. So multiple agencies coming together in what was a very precise, professional and very successful kind of an operation, in which Noida, which is the UP police, Gwalior, Madhya Pradesh police, and Visakhapatnam, Andhra Pradesh police came together along with the Delhi Crime Branch, the Narcotics Control Bureau, and of course Telangana's Eagles, who are this elite task force which has now been cracking down on the drug cartels, and it is on the basis of the intelligence that was gathered and developed by the Eagles that in this entire operation was possible. Of course, the paperwork of deporting all the Nigerians back to their country, that onus is now on the Delhi Crime Branch.